Hey guys, this is the Hawk36 here, and this is the first part of my Evolution of Football video game series. Today I'm going to tackle the game Tecmo Bowl for the NES. Well, as I watch the team names scroll down, you'll notice that the logos are completely different from the regular teams, but the rosters are exactly the same. This game came out in 1988 in the arcade by Tecmo, obviously. The NES port took place in '89. Like I said, this is the first console game to feature real-life NFL players, but they didn't have the NFL's, I guess, approval to have team names, so they used like just the city names for some teams, and they didn't even use all the teams. I mean, '88. I wish I knew the exact, but there's probably like around 30 teams, I guess, at the time. But this game only utilized 12 teams, and they were Indianapolis, Miami, Cleveland, Denver, Seattle, LA, Washington, San Francisco, Dallas, New York, the Giants, Chicago, and Minnesota. So for my game, I think I'm gonna go with Denver because I always liked John Elway. I was a big John Elway fan, so why not? And then I'm playing Chicago. This should be interesting because prior to me recording this commentary, I didn't know that Chicago was one of the best teams in the game, at least defensively and offensively. With like Chicago has Walter Payton and Mike Singletary. So yeah, I guess I'm up for a long day, as you would say. So as you notice, there's 4 plays you can choose from: 2 running and 2 passing, at least for Denver. I think there's 2 teams in this game. I think San Francisco and Miami, with like Marino and Montana. They actually have 3 passing plays to their 1 running play, as opposed to just an even 2 for 2. So as you see, I got a first down there. That's pretty good. 2 runs and pass. I find the running to be pretty effective in this game. One problem I have with the passing is, well, you'll see coming up. Like right there, I got a completion, but it's pretty hard to pass in this game. I couldn't figure out if you could select other receivers in this game. So like there'd be a guy with like a arrow icon over his head. I feel like that's the only guy I could throw it to. I'm probably wrong. Maybe it was select or something, would like allow me to choose a different receiver, but I don't know. I just kept throwing it to the same guy, and that probably ended up being my downfall in this game. As you see, I'm running for another first down. That's good. So yeah, I picked Denver, because there's no New England. Being a Patriots fan, love it or hate it, I would have rather been New England in this game, but I guess Denver's another team I would pick. My second favorite team's probably the Buccaneers, but back in the day, they obviously sucked ass, so they're not in the game. As you see, there's my first interception, and this is a problem I have with the game. Now looking back and like reading like reviews and reading just like anything about this game, I found out that if like your receiver is covered even slightly, it's gonna result in interception. And like since I can only throw it to that one guy, that doesn't give me a lot of room for passing. So basically every other pass I'm gonna throw is going to be an interception in this game. It's quite difficult to complete a pass if the receiver doesn't beat out like the defensive back who's defending him. And as you can see, Chicago right now is just raping me. Like I can't stop them. What I forgot to say is that like you have 4 plays, but defense picks the same plays that you do. So basically, defense has a 25% chance, a 1 in 4 shot of guessing the correct play you're going to do. And if they guess that correct play, then basically they just own you, and you're going to get sacked, you're going to get a loss. They just beat the offensive line terribly. So if I picked run 1 and Chicago picked run 1 on defense, they would just own me, and I'm pretty sure they do a few times. It's pretty good odds of the defense owning you. I mean, I feel like it'd be a lot more competitive if I played against like another human player, but I just wanted to try it out and play the computer and see how hard the difficulty is. And there's Chicago's first touchdown. They always give this high five motion. And I feel like it's always the same 2 numbers, even if it's not like their number. Like I'm pretty sure like I get like a touchdown later on, and like Elway's giving a high five to his receiver, and Elway's number 12, which in real life he's number 7. So whatever, you can't complain. It's the NES. As you can see, that's the kick meter. I think you just press B or A to kick off, like once the meter gets full, but it'll also get small again, if that makes any sense. So you gotta time it correctly. Here I am on offense again. I'm down 7-0. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna throw it. What's gonna happen? Interception. You guessed it. That's my second interception of the game. I I guess I don't learn, you know? This is the first, this is the second of many. I really just didn't learn this game. And look at this guy. Touchdown. He got a touchdown on the play because I tried to tackle him. Just like my defenders just sucked. Like, I guess you can break tackles in this and the computer is just pro at it. Like, I guess if you spam like A or B really fast, like you try to break tackles. You know, I guess I wasn't as good at doing it as the computer was. So there you go with that. So 14-0 to end the first quarter. Nothing like a good ass kicking so far from the computer. So here I'm taking the kickoff again. Running down the field, running. I feel like I got a few good returns, if anything. It's like a consolation as I got a good return in this game. So yeah, like I said, any pass thrown to a covered receiver equals an interception, which is something I did not learn easy. Here's a couple interesting things. I found out that Lawrence Taylor of New York, which made me to believe that New York is the Giants and not the Jets. Being a Patriots fan, I don't know how to take it either way. I don't really like New York, so. But whatever. What can you do? But Lawrence Taylor and Dexter Manley of Washington could block any field goal or extra point by simply selecting them and running at the line. You run through the long snapper. Evidently, it's really easy just to block a field goal against them. And I threw another interception. This guy, Dave Doolson, whoever his name is, he had my number all game. Like, he was just covering whoever I was throwing to, and he just kept owning me. As you can see, well, I stopped Walter Payton there, but I feel like typically in this game he's been a beast. You can't stop him. So basically, something about this game was that basically the better your stats, just the better overall player you were. For instance, LA, which was the Raiders at the time, Bo Jackson, he was the fastest player in the game. So like if he got going, he was gone. You weren't gonna stop him. I assume he'd be really good at breaking tackles as well too, but I'm not sure because I didn't play against him. And the top two teams in this game were Chicago and San Francisco. Little to my knowledge before playing, I get matched up against one of the top two teams in the game, so that's probably why I've got owned so much. Like, see, even right there, like I thought I had enough separation between my receiver and me, and no, interception. I guess I'm not as good at Tecmo Bowl as I had thought I was in the past. But I mentioned early on that the basically they had the NFL Players Association approval, so they could have all like the NFL players in this game, and this was actually the first game to feature real NFL players. But LGN had a game, I think it was called NFL, like just basic NFL, and it was actually the first to feature NFL team names. I'm not sure if it came out after or before. You'd have to look that up. Another thing about the stats was that you had Montana and John Elway. Like, for instance, I was John Elway in this game, but evidently Montana, like, since his stats were better, he threw a lot harder than John Elway. But in like real life, John Elway throws harder than Montana. So basically, the game was all based on stats, which I mean, most football games are anyways. Like, if you look to the Maddens, like, people get certain overall numbers. Like, if you're good at 99, you're really good, and you get an 80, you're like decent, you know. But like, they base it more, like nowadays it's based more on I guess what happens like in real life, in the real games. Like, I remember I have Madden 2011 for like PlayStation 3. And at the beginning, before you get like roster updates, like online updates, like Gronkowski, for example, he's just like a 70 something, you know. He's because he was just like a rookie coming out, and he wasn't really anything special. Then like at the end of the season, he goes up like crazy because, you know, like he had that monster season. So he goes up to like almost like a 99. So like that's the cool thing about football games nowadays, is that we can actually update them based on real life, like what's going on in the real NFL, and update their stats, downgrade their stats if somebody gets hurt, like take them off the roster, and that's like the cool thing about, I guess, technology these days. It's just being able to improve like week to week. I'm not sure how many updates there are. There's probably only a few in Madden, but it's really cool how they can basically base the stats on like what's going on in the real NFL, and that shows that we've come a long way in the football genre. One thing that was funny, actually here they actually go for the field goal. But I felt like when I was playing this game, Chicago was kind of being a dick. Like they'd go, I guess you press select to choose like field goal, punt, whatever. But sometimes like that would come up, and then they would just go for it anyways. It was just like, wow, it was just kind of like a tease. Here's the lovely halftime show. You can see even back in the day they just like to watch cheerleaders, even though in the real NFL I don't think they do any of that crap unless it's like the Super Bowl or like Pro Bowl or something, you know. And even then it's like a musical act, not just random cheerleaders like in like college or whatever. But hey, take what you can get. So as you see, I'm starting the second half. Chicago has the ball. I'm getting my ass kicked 17-0. No big deal. But hey, it's more of a informative video that I wanted to do. I want to chronicle, I guess, football games throughout the years. And I chose Tecmo Bowl as the first one, even though I'm sure there was some football games on like Matelevision, like Atari and stuff like that. But I don't have those systems. So this was really the first football game I remember playing. So I figured this was a good place to start. Place to start off, you know. Start with Tecmo Bowl. I'm gonna work my way up to I had the Super NES. I think it's Madden 1996. So that's one of the first Madden games. I'm not sure if it's the first or like second in the series, but I'll have to look that up before the video, and I'll let you guys know. And after that, I was gonna do a Nintendo 64. I think Madden 99 I have. There's another interception. Ron Rivera. Good job, guy. So yeah, I said I'm gonna do Madden 99 for the N64. So I'll have like the NES. I'll have the Super NES football game. I'll have a N64 football game. And I think I'm gonna do a GameCube one. Probably like 2004. I think Michael Vick was on the cover that year. Yeah, I know. Before you're saying, "Oh, you're gonna sponsor a dog killer," you're a terrible person. Well, I don't know. I remember that being my favorite of the games. I have 2003. I think Marshall Falk was on the cover. I have, obviously, for '05, is that McNabb or Ray Lewis or somebody? I have '05, '06. I think those are all the GameCube ones I have. I have like '03 to '06, because I used to be a very big, avid Madden fan. So I always got it every year. Although, like, recently I haven't, because I feel like, they're just kind of scrubbing in recent years. If you look, like 11 to 12, I mean the difficulty changes, and like the defensive backs are just crazy. The linebackers jump crazy in the air. It's very strange. I feel like it's kind of buggy too, like the 2012 version. Like if you notice, like the commentary is definitely not up to par. Like they'll say like, "Oh, Wes Welker throws a tight spiral," and it's just like Tom Brady threw it to Wes Welker. Just like stupid stuff like that annoys me. It's like they're cranking out these games like one every year. It's like you think the least they can do is just like polish them a little bit, but like I feel like 2012 regressed in some ways from like 2011. So hopefully like the newest one, the 2013, like hopefully they step up and they really put some improvements. That's why I'm almost a I would really like if they didn't come out with one every year. I know that would be stupid because they wouldn't get $60 from everybody every year, but like just really like every couple of years maybe just come out with a new one and just really improve it, you know, make it more realistic, make it better, rather than just like crapping out the same game like every year basically, and like going down in quality. That's just ridiculous. But and maybe just have, you know, like online, maybe just buy like a roster updates, you know, like so like say like 2013, whatever. What's gonna be, yeah, 2013 comes out, Madden 2013. And maybe they don't make one for like 2 more years, but like they have like updates. I don't know, they charge you like $5 to $10 for like a roster. And you basically get the roster updates for the whole season while they work on the actually improving the gameplay. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'll probably get the new one anyways. So we'll see about that. I'll definitely play it. So, if you notice here on this play, I was like just kind of like fuck it, I'm gonna go for a run because like my guy was covered. I finally learned that if I throw it and the guy is like moderately covered, it's gonna be an interception. So I might as well just run with John Elway because he used to run anyways. So I guess here's the part of the game I'm kind of wishing I had Tim Tebow so I could have some Tebow time. Here's my touchdown. Hi. Look at it. See, Ricky Nadia. Look, number 12. John Elway isn't number 12. What the fuck? So yeah, with this series, my intent is to just really just go over football games and go over like the improvements and just throw some commentary like over the generations. You know, I'm not gonna do like all the GameCube ends because that'd be really boring. So it's just like I'm gonna pick like one from that generation and just go over it and talk about it, and you'll watch my scrub gameplay in the background. But I think this will be an interesting little series. You know, I might also throw in some of the Blitz games. Like if you remember, like Blitz just finally came back this year. Like EA, I guess Midway went out of business, and EA bought the rights to Blitz and like NBA Jam and like old games like that. So they've been remaking them as like arcade downloadable games. So like, I got the new Blitz. Maybe I'll throw that up here and show the difference. But I also have like the N64 and I have like the Dreamcast one at my disposal as well. So those might be like fun little games to throw in there. A little arcade NFL action. I always enjoyed the Blitz games. They're pretty fun, you know. Me and my friends we'd get really into it, especially with the newest one. We play like online and stuff, and we do pretty damn good against people. Like we almost got like a whole gold team, and then we just kind of like got bored of it. But yeah, the new Blitz is really in the same vein as the old Blitz, which is nice and cool to see, you know, nice and fresh. And they get NFL players. It's not like the Blitz the League where they didn't have the rights because EA has the Madden basically. The Madden franchise for I don't know how long. But another thing, I don't have any of these games, but I think another interesting series I should try is like the 2K, when 2K had the football games. I'll try to get a hold of one of those. See if I can on like eBay or something. Maybe like review 2K, I don't remember. One had like Terrell Owens on the cover, one had like Brian Urlacher or something. Maybe try to get a hold of one of those. I think there was also some like PS1 ones, like Game Day or something. I think Tom Brady was on the cover of one of them. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. Well, another interception. If you're keeping track at home, I think it's around 8 interceptions. So I don't think John Elway would be that scrub, so I'm not really doing him any justice. I guess no Tebow time magic for me in this game. Yeah, is there anything else I forgot to mention? Oh, this is what I found interesting. I was looking on Wikipedia, and really the highest score that a humans achieved in this game was by Sean Baker. That's Sean Shaun, and he got 112 to nothing. That's pretty impressive, seeing as I have 7 to 36. I'm wondering who he played against and who he played as. So if anybody knows, just like leave me a comment about this Sean Baker and who he played against, like team-wise, to get 112 points to nothing. Like, I feel like he was either San Francisco or who's the other good team, or Chicago, who I'm playing, and he just unloaded on people. And he probably played one of the worst teams. He probably played the Broncos. I thought the Broncos would be good, but it's probably my skills over versus the Broncos being bad. So yeah, just 12 teams in this game, which was kind of interesting. Well, we got I think the game's almost over finally. Thank God I got 7 seconds. 7 less seconds of torture in this Tecmo Bowl. It was fun to play it though. It was fun to see it, I guess. Oh, interception. Nice. I was just like, how should I end this game? What would be the most fitting way for me to end this game of Tecmo Bowl? With an interception. 42-7, rape. Well, guys, I'll see you guys next time on my Evolution of Football series. Stay tuned for some shorts I got out there in our Mario RPG playthrough.